Yeah, you'll understand that's not easy. We'll keep in touch with Paul and Carol. You heard that from Carol herself. God, what a world we live in. Joining me now is Liz Pryor, MBE, the Chief Executive of the Anne Robson Trust, a charity supporting people who face the end of their lives. Liz, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Roberto. Goodness.
Paul says don't.
That was quite something.
Yeah, Paul says no tears, but it's bloody hard, isn't it?
Yeah, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Just amazing to hear the love they have for each other, and such a sad, sad story. And well done to all you guys at Three Counties for supporting them.
No. We'll talk about the Anne Robson Trust in a moment, but it is... Carol says she doesn't deserve this. She's done nothing wrong. It's heartbreaking. She doesn't. No one does.
No.
But the love Paul is showing for his partner, it's incredible.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of, you can practically feel it, touch it. It's amazing. And you're absolutely right, though. If he possibly can, he needs to look after himself, because we can't look after others if we don't look after ourselves, can we? That's what my mother taught me, what all our mothers tell us. We've got to... But it's very, very hard, and particularly as he's working full-time, too. I mean, that's just humbling.
I know.
The poor man must be going through absolute hell.
With the Anne Robson Trust, you're the Chief Executive, and you set up the charity, in memory of your lovely mum. Just explain what happened.
Yeah, so Mum was in hospital. It was in 2010. She was admitted to hospital, and unfortunately she wasn't cared for very well, and she was discharged a week later, and sadly died 3 hours after she got home to her care home, and we weren't told she was dying, so it was a tremendous shock for us, because we haven't been allowed to see her for the week because they had norovirus in the hospital. It was an awful last week of her life, and it was a tremendous shock for all of us. And that was the line in the sand for me, to get involved and do something good out of that awful experience.
And in terms of the charity you set up for your mum, what is it you aim to do?
Well, we support people who are either living with a life-limiting illness themselves or a terminal illness themselves, but also we support people who are caring for those people who are dying. So there's so many services out there for bereaved people, but there's very little support that's not clinical support for people in those months, days, weeks and hours before somebody dies. So that's what we're here to fill that gap. Okay. And we do that in different ways. We work with hospitals to help them set up teams of volunteers who support people who are dying in hospital, but we also run a telephone support service whereby we would arrange for somebody to call either the person who's dying or the person who's caring for them, and provide support to them on a daily or weekly basis, whatever they need, really.
Liz, I always appreciate your contribution and the amazing work you do with the Anne Robson Trust, because it's stuff, and there are lots of people in your situation, unfortunately, who've been compelled to start charities and trusts to try and make a difference, and it does make a difference. I know it's hard work, it's an uphill struggle at times, but it does have an impact on individual lives.
I hope so. We've recently opened a new face-to-face support in Stevenage Old Town, which we're hoping to spread out across the county of Hertfordshire, actually, and beyond that when we can. Every Wednesday afternoon, people can come and receive face-to-face support and meet other people who are in the same situation as them, because it's very isolating, as we've heard from Paul and Carol. It's very, very difficult, and it feels like it's only your world shrinks, if you know what I mean by that. So any way we can support people, we'll endeavour to do so.
Liz, are you happy to keep in touch with Paul? Because he said something this week, and it concerned me, and I thought we need, because he's going through it like you wouldn't believe.
I heard it. My goodness. Of course, we'll do anything we can, Roberto. Whatever he needs, we'll try and help.
Liz, hold on there. Paul, you're still with us. Paul, welcome back. You've been listening to this. You know there's love for you and support. You're happy for Liz to keep in touch with you, Paul?
Yeah, I just can't thank Liz and every listener the love and support you've got for me and Carol is just overwhelming.
Oh, well.
Paul,
it was Carol who wanted to say thank you, and bless her, now she's gone to sleep.
Okay, God bless her. Because we haven't pushed you to come, or Carol to come on. Carol wanted to come on of her own volition to thank the people who've been listening.
No, Carol wanted. She said to me yesterday, because she listens to your show in the afternoon, she wanted to come on and say thank you to each and every one of the listeners for your help and your support. And hopefully we can try and get things sorted out. But Carol knows that she hasn't got long, and it is heartbreaking. It is very heartbreaking.
Liz, can I bring you back in? What's your message to Paul, Liz?
Well, just reach out to us. We're here for you if you need it. I'm not here to force you to do anything or corner you into it, but if there's anything we can do, you can leave a message on our answer phone, or Three Counties will put you directly in touch with me, Paul. We'd be happy to support you and Carol if that's helpful.
Yeah, that'd be terrific. Because
just somebody to be there for you to talk to who's completely independent and you can just say anything to. It's completely confidential and free to use.
Yeah, because Carol at times, she feels like the world's against her and she needs someone to talk to as well. Yeah,
absolutely. And maybe it would be helpful to talk to someone that she didn't feel that's different to you, if you know what I mean, because it's so hard. You don't want to burden her and she doesn't want to burden you.
No.
But,
Thank you, Liz. Thank you ever so much.
Absolutely my pleasure, and I'm sending all the very best to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Liz Pryor, Liz Pryor, MBE, Chief Executive of the Anne Robson Trust. Well, there's a reason why she got the MBE, because she's very good at what she does, and it's a deserved award. Thank you, Liz.